Hi, everybody. My name is Susan Camille. I am a licensed acupuncturist and clinical herbalist in Carbondale, Illinois. And I wanted to come on here today to talk about the pulse and tongue diagnosis. Part of the reason we're doing this right now at this time is we actually offer this as part of our holiday promotional package. So it's one of our packages in our holiday promotions. And right over here on this flyer. And what is pulse and tongue diagnosis? Let's talk about it. So, taking the pulses and looking at the tongue is an ancient diagnostic practice or are ancient diagnostic practices in Chinese medicine. And when I say ancient, I mean anywhere from 2 to 5,000 years, depending upon the resources that you look at. And let's start with the pulse diagnosis. So the pulses are the wrist pulses, and we take 12 different areas on the wrists. And those relate to the 12 meridians or channelways of energy or 12 main organs. And it's a way to actually get kind of a snapshot of one's health by feeling the pulses. Sometimes they'll feel kind of low, sometimes they'll feel pounding, sometimes they'll feel superficial, sometimes they'll feel deep, sometimes they'll feel slow, sometimes they'll feel rapid. And all of these things relate to different qualities or aspects or states of health in the body. So it's a really nice window into what is actually happening internally for somebody. So more specifically, one can learn about how one's urination is by feeling the pulses. One can learn about how one's sleep is. One can learn about how one's digestion and appetite are. And you can even learn about more things of an emotional nature, like connection with the heart, connection with others, these kinds of things. So it's many different levels in terms of the pulses. So let's go on now to the tongue diagnosis. The tongue diagnosis is another diagnostic tool. And the tongue is basically a map of the body. So there are different areas of the tongue that relate to different areas in the body. Kind of like if anyone's ever done reflexology, if you look at the feet, it's a map of the body as well. Same thing with the tongue. So it's a way to find out what's going on internally by externally looking at, like I said, the tongue. And we look for everything from color of the tongue, any texture that might be on the tongue, if the tongue is what we call scalloped, which means that it might have creases on the side. That, for example, is related to qi deficiency. And what does that mean? Well, if you think about it, when we have a scalloped tongue, these are actually teeth markings or teeth imprints because the tongue is swollen. And when the tongue is swollen, that means there's not enough energy, or as we like to call it, qi, to actually move the fluids through. So if someone had a scalloped or swollen tongue, we would actually help them by giving them points that would build their qi or herbs that would build their qi. So it kind of makes sense. There's a bit of science to it. And this is just a great way for people to experience Chinese medicine without diving right into getting acupuncture or getting a custom-made herbal formula. And it's our least expensive package as well. And it's, like I said, a way to just kind of dip your toe in the process and get a sense of the process. So we look forward to connecting with you and finding out more about you and if this might be a good fit. If you would like to know more about how to kind of diagnose yourself and get a sense of maybe some things that are kind of a mystery that you're not understanding about your body and you want to know more and why it might be, the pulse and tongue diagnosis would be a great fit for that. So we look forward to connecting with you. Please do connect with us, either on YouTube on this site, on Facebook, or at susancamilleacupuncture.com. And we really look forward to connecting. Take care.